Aleph Bet Gimel. Good evening. We are beginning in a moment. We are excited because we have a spontaneous guitar service, and along we also, as you know, we have an opportunity to have a little concert tomorrow just for fun. It's just a way of getting together. So we'll begin tonight in a moment with the well-known Shalom Aleichem. It's in the Siddur. It's on page number 5 in the Siddur, Shalom Aleichem. And because we are so blessed to have Yehuda here, we're going to insert a few of his favorites within the traditional prayer service. So we'll begin this evening with the Shalom Aleichem on page number 5. Page number 5.
Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Nila Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Malachei Hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zeichem LaShalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch
Shalom Aleichem is a song, and now we're turning to a psalm. It's on page number 11. L'chunu Ranana has been within our tradition, the introduction to the Friday night service for the past 500 years. It literally means, come on, let's sing. So first L'chunu Ranana, and then, as I said, Yehuda will be inserting some of his own compositions as well. L'chunu Ranana on page number 11. first three stanzas in English on page number 11. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voice in song. Great is Adonai, a greater sovereign than all other deities. God's hands form the earth's deep. Mountain crests, too, are God's work. The sea is God's, for God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hands. Come then, let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai, who formed us. And now Yehuda is sharing Shema Hashem. These words come from a different place. It's from a psalm. It's called Psalm number 30. And the term is Shema. We know the word Shema means listen here. But Shema Yisrael, which is the mainstay within the tradition, is speaking to us and our fellow Jews. It's here, O Israel. We're talking to each other and ourselves. Shema Hashem is, oh God, listen to me. And this is Yehuda's composition.
Shema Hashem, Kol Yechra V'chol Neini V'Yaneni. Lord, hear me now when I call, and be gracious to me and answer me. My heart longs to know, and you I seek. Hide not yourself from me, nor turn away from me. A longing heart will notice a way that's clear and true. This is the path I've chosen, a light that guides away from me and you. Shema Hashem, Kol Yechra V'chol Neini V'Yaneni. Shema Hashem.
And we all know Hine Matov U'Manayim, how beautiful it is for us to come together, to be together, to dwell together. Hine Matov. This is your piece, right? Hine Matov.
Matov U'Manayim, Hinei Matov U'Manayim, Shevet Anim Gam Yachad. Hinei Matov U'Manayim, Hinei Matov U'Manayim, Shevet Anim Gam Yachad. No time for fighting, no time for breaking another's heart. It's time for righting all the wrongs that are keeping us apart. Hinei Matov U'Manayim, Hinei Matov U'Manayim. matzo manai Hine matzo umanai Shevet achim gam yachad
And a song sheet also from Psalms, He that keepeth Israel. This is before us here in our own hands. He that keepeth Israel. The words are Hine lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael.
Hine lo yanun velo yishan Lo yanun velo yishan Hine lo yanun velo yishan Shomer Yisrael He that keepeth Yisrael neither slumbers nor sleeps Slumbers nor sleeps, neither slumbers nor sleeps He that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps, slumbers nor sleeps. He lo yanun velo yishan, lo yanun velo yishan. He lo yanun velo yishan, shomer Yisrael. He that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps, slumbers nor sleeps, neither slumbers nor sleeps. He that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps, slumbers nor sleeps.
Page 23, the first two stanzas, L'chadodi. Page 25, the concluding two stanzas, L'chadodi.
Let's try that just a little bit higher. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor b'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu elam echad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, L'shimon tipirat kvaliti la. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat uvenecha, Ki mekor habracha, Rosh mikedem nesuga, Sob maaseh Ahavas Chesed. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Yaminu zmol tiferosi, Yet Adonai achritzi, Al yadish ben parzi, V'nisim hav nagila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Ohi v'shalom atert bala, Gam b'simcha u'botzola, Och emunei am zegula, Bo'ichala, bo'ichala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Nei Shabbat nekavela.
remaining standing for a moment, turning to page 28, the last two stanzas of the Psalm for Shabbat, and then the Baruch Hu in just a moment. It's become very apparent that I love these two stanzas. They speak to me. And I want people to remember, you might say, the conclusion or the exclamation point of the Psalm for Shabbos herself, recited Friday night and twice Saturday. The exclamation point talks about us with a confidence that we are righteous. The Psalm from the Bible, put in the prayer book, labels you and me as righteous. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in God's courtyards. In old age they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming, Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. The Baruch Hu, remaining standing, on page number 39A. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMavorach. Baruch Adonai HaMavorach Leolam Voed. The first bracha in just a moment, and then another English song from Yehuda. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzvaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. U'ma'avir yom u've'vi layla, u'mavdil ben yom u'vein layla, Adonai tzvot shmo, el chai v'kayam, ta'amidim lo chalein olam voed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. And if you turn to the James Taylor lyrics, you can close your eyes, you can see why it aptly fits in this area of the service. Leading up to the Shema, the first step is reminding us of the beauty of the creation in which we dwell, the physical world, time and space, light and dark, day and night, rhythms. This song before us.
The sun is surely sinking down, but the moon is slowly rising, and this old world must still be spinning round, and I still love you. So close your eyes. You can close your eyes, it's all right. And I don't know no love songs, and I can't sing the blues anymore. And I can't sing this song. You can sing this song when I'm gone. Another day, we're gonna have a good time. Ain't nothing's gonna take that time away, and you can stay as long as you like. So close your eyes. You can close your eyes, it's alright. I don't know no love songs, and I can't sing the blues anymore. I can't sing this song. You can sing this song when I'm gone.
And now turning to the main song sheet with the Hebrew and the English. In the center of that main song sheet, halfway down, is the song Ahavas Olam, the love that fills the universe, the love that is as infinite, as unending as the universe itself, Ahavas Olam.
Ahavas Olam, Ahavas Olam, Beit Yisrael, Ama'ata. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you. The song of the trees when stirs their leaves. The song of the earth when rain soothes its thirst. The song of the sea when waves are set free. The song of the sky when hummingbirds fly. Ahavas Olam, Ahavas Olam, Beit Yisrael, Ama'ata. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you. The song of the trees when stirs their leaves. The song of the earth when rain soothes its thirst. The song of the sea when waves are set free. The song of the sky when hummingbirds fly. Ahavas Olam, Ahavas Olam, Beit Yisrael, Ama'ata. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. In a moment, on page number 41, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom avovecha Veshinantam levanecha v'dibartam b'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shachvecha u'pnecha u'shartam le'od ha'yadecha ve'hayu le'totafot b'neinecha u'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'hisharecha.
A few moments of silence, perhaps, considering some of the meditations or the prayer on page 41 and 42. A few moments of silence. page 44, Mi Chamocha, when the children of Israel crossed over the sea and Pharaoh's army was no longer pursuing, they burst into spontaneous song, and Miriam led them in dance and sing, and they sang for a span of time, and it's nearly a chapter. It's Exodus chapter 15. And the Mi Chamocha is one line that's taken out of chapter 15, and it's placed in the Siddur. Theoretically, you could put the entire chapter 15 here in the book. And chapter 15 in toto is in the daily service, in the morning service. And whether it's the entire chapter 15 in the morning or the one line Mi Chamocha in the evening, the prayer book is teaching us that every day is a day of freedom. And every day we should sing and rejoice and celebrate in being free. And so the call to justice would be that for those who are not free, we need to work and support them. Mi Chamocha, page 44. V'ne'emar ki Adonai Yaakov ugalo mi'ad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai gal Yisrael. And turning to the main song sheet at the bottom, we see Hashkivenu, which is a call for all of us to seek God. But we're not seeking out God for us to hit the lottery, as tempting as that may be. We're seeking out God, that God bring us all together, and that God hear our prayer. And that my concern for your peace is as much important as my concern for my own sense of peace. Nobody's sense of shalom is greater than somebody else's. We inhabit the world together. That's what Hashkivenu is all about. And that's how we transition from the Shema section of the service to nearly the Amida, the silent prayer. In just a moment, Hashkivenu here on the bottom of the song sheet, and Yehud has a little bit of something special to add.
Hashkivenu Adonai Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. For when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. And all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, our children will play one day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the water stayed raging. In this maze you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it fade you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. For when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. And all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, our children will play one day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, Vehamidenu Malkeinu leChaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, Vehamidenu Malkeinu leChaim.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. V'shamru, the top of page 46.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledot ha-meritolah. B'nei Elohim b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledot ha-meritolah. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shmayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledot ha-meritolah. U'ayom ha'shvi Shabbat b'nafash, Shabbat b'nafash, Shabbat b'nafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledot ha-meritolah.
Before we rise, just turn for a moment to page 47, the formal prayer, the Amidah. We've been reciting this for 2,000 years, 3 times a day, every single day of the year. There's the daily version, there's the Shabbat version, there's the Pesach version, the Sukkot, Shavuos, Rosh Hashanah version, Yom Kippur version, you name it, we've got a version for the Amidah. But they all start in this collective sense, but there's also an add-on sentence. And tonight my eyes are drawn to this add-on sentence. It's a little insert, you might say, or an introduction The opening line is, Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may speak your praise. In the Hebrew, Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tilatechem. And that's the only part of the prayer that is the me, my, the individual. And then from page 47 through page 51, everything is in the collective, the we, the us, the our, O-U-R. The way that you and I start to identify with others is first by speaking our own voice, our own words. But it's not just voicing our own words. It's for a higher purpose. That opening line, God, open my mouth so I can say the right kind of words. The right kind of words are not just self-serving. The right kind of words are expressing my own needs, but also expressing the needs of others of being part of a community. So by opening our mouth in the right way, we become part of the community. We realize the silent prayer, pages 47 through 52, or an opportunity for private meditation. Officially, the concluding blessing of the Amida is Shalom Rav, may there be great peace in the world. It's on page 51. We have it in the Hebrew and also on the facing page in the red ink, the transliteration, and Yehuda will lead us in this song, this beautiful piece now, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amah Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amah Tasim Leolam. Ki atah melech hador lechol hashalom. Ki atah melech hador Shalom, Shalom Ra Yisrael Amah Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ra Yisrael Amah Tasim Leolam. Etov enecha levarech et zamcha Yisrael. Bishlomecha, Shalom Rav Yisrael Amah Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amah Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Yishar Koach, Shkoach Yehuda. On page 54. Yitkara Vitkara Shemei Rabba Be'amos Vimru Amen Yehei Shemei Rabba Mavorach Olam Liol Me'al Maya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'ishtabach Yitparvenu Sevid Arved Alev Shmei Kudisha Brechu Le'elam in Korbachata B'shirata Tushbachata B'nechamata Tamirom Yom Avimru Amen Titkabel Tzloton Boton Dechol Yisrael Kadam Avuhon Di Vishmaya Vimaru Amen Yesh Masmen Chamelev Simru Amen O Seshalom Brahmamavu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael Vimaru Amen. Undoubtedly, you've heard the phrase, the reason that grandparents and grandchildren get along so well is that they have a common enemy. It's the parents. Grandparents, gosh, you get to spoil the grandkids, and then you give them back. They stay up late, you take them on trips, you buy them too many sweets, you give them presents, and then you just hand them back. What a delight. Minette and I, someday, Halavai will be in that place. Halavai. We all know, I think we all know, the famous blessing. Yesimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'Chimnasheh. May God make you as God made Ephraim and Menashe, directed to our boys. And to the girls, Yisamech Elohim Kasara Rivka Rachel Leah. May God make you as God made Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. It's well known. It's been recited for I don't know how many centuries. And this is on my mind because the first part, may God make you as God made Ephraim and Manasseh, appears in last week's Torah reading. We call it the parents' blessing. But interestingly, it's not a parent who composes it. It's a grandpa. And grandpa is old man Jacob. Jacob had been living in Canaan. We know that the son Joseph disappeared, ultimately arose, became viceroy. Eventually, Jacob with his other sons, finally, they all made their way down to Egypt, and they met, and they reunited, and they reunified, and they had a family reunion, and all's great. And years go by, and Jacob is now very old. Years have passed, and he's going to die. He knows that, and he asks Joseph to bring Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, to him, so that he, as grandpa, can make a blessing over them. And Joseph brings the sons. And I've long felt that grandparents have a way of looking into the eyes of their grandchildren, hopefully, if they know the grandkids, if they're close with the grandkids, and they see something that maybe eludes the parents. There's a sense, there's a perspective, there's a sense of perception, hopefully, I believe, that is granted to a grandparent that doesn't quite make it in to the parent's eyes. And so Grandpa Jacob says to his grandsons, who are Ephraim and Manasseh, may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. Which at first blush may not make a whole lot of sense, because they're already Ephraim and Manasseh. So why would a grandpa say to his grandsons, as he knows that at the age of 147, he knows he's ready to die, may God make you like yourselves? But if we sit for a moment and reflect upon that, I think we can gain a sense of understanding. Grandpa is saying, may you be who you are, the fullest of who you are, the best of who you are, the most maximum of who you can be. Ephraim, you're not Manasseh, no matter how hard you try. Manasseh, you will never be 1/10 Ephraim of Ephraim, but Manasseh, you be Manasseh, and Ephraim, you be Ephraim. And again, it's from a grandpa's perspective, not the father's or mother's perspective. And that's the blessing that we have inherited. I'm not sure exactly when it got started, but we've inherited it from the originating practice of 3,300 years ago. It's been transmitted door to door from generation to generation, and it's become part of mother's milk. And Jewish families the world over know that when it's time to bless children, they say, at least to the boys, may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. And every one of the sons or grandsons or great-grandsons out there, or nephews or cousins or brothers, I think is not being expected to be like Ephraim, like Manasseh, but instead to take hold of the entire scene. It's a drama, but it's not a pretend. It's not a play. It's a drama. And that becomes the blessing that we share. So in effect, we're saying, may God give to each one, this individual, the capacity to be who he naturally is, only more so for all the best. And then strikingly, I'm not sure exactly when, because it's not mentioned in the Torah, it comes along later, but there develops the tradition of, may God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Leah, addressed to our daughters. And each and every one of those women had a dramatic and essential role to play, such that an entire nation came forth. But Sarah was different than Rebecca, very different than Rachel, very different than Leah. And so when parents take hold of these words that have been handed down for who knows how many centuries and beyond, and if they're so inclined, they place their hands upon the heads or the shoulders of the offspring. They're adding their own prayers to the prayers that have come forth from eons, to the prayers that have come forth from literally millions of Jewish parents and grandparents. And their prayers are in some way being layered upon the uncountable words and hopes, aspirations and dreams that have been transmitted down through the ages. That's what we're saying when we articulate those words. May God make you like. May God make you as much as you possibly can be. And then maybe someday, each offspring, he, she, having been blessed, been guided, nurtured by parents and grandparents and family alike, will have the capacity to be a role model for the next generation and the next and the next. May we take hold of our words, and we may know why we have these words. And may we all continue to spoil the grandchildren. We say, Amen. We rise for the Elenu. Page number 56. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlochim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shamayim v'yosei haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al u'shchinatu zo Begavei meromim hu Eloheinu enod emet malkeinu efes zulato kakatu betorato v'yadata hayom v'hashevota el levavecha Ki Adonai hua Elohim b'shamayim mimal v'al haaretz mitachat enod. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam voed v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad U'shema echad. In a moment, the Mourner's Kaddish on page number 58. And in this Shabbos, we remember with great love Carl David Schwartz, Charles Miller, Henry Bloom, Judith Ann Letterman, Yetta Levinson, Bert Silverstein, Sam Novak, Goldie Rips, Ethel Muchnick, Grace Sheridan, Sam Brookoff, Anthony Miola, Freda Gert, Herman Grodsky, Joseph Wiseman, Rosalie Prince, Francis Finch, Jacob Camille, Joseph Cohen, Larry Fernay, Cheryl Chasson King, remembering Wendy Fasteman. Are there any other names to mention this evening? Perhaps those at home have a name to share as well. We should mention LaClaudia Thomas. Anessa Thomas just lost her mother, LaClaudia Thomas. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabo. Amen. Be'olma divara chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chaye chon u'v'yome chon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imeru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach La'olam Olalmei Olmaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yit'aleh V'yithalal Shmei Dekudesha Barichu La'ela Min Kol Birchota V'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alma v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Our hearts open to all those who are grieving, who are in sorrow. And may our hope and our love go forth and offer you comfort at this time and on to the future. Anessa Thomas just lost her mother, LaClaudia Thomas, and Ginny Blanc just lost her sister-in-law, Wendy Fassman. So if you can reach out to Anessa for her mother and Ginny for her sister-in-law, we'll be making a difference. We'll conclude in a moment with the Adon Olam. It's on page 211, and then we'll be making Kiddush and Hamotzi in the social hall. And again, thank you, Yehuda, for spontaneous guitar Shabbat. It's always a pleasure. We love having you. You add such a great atmosphere and feeling in Ruach, Terat Tfilah. So Todah Rabbah, thank you. So Adon Olam is on page 211.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzer Nira Liyet Nasa V'chev Sogol Azay Malek Shimo Nikra Adon Olam Acharei Kiklot Hakol Evadu Yimlok Torah Olam Nolam Vehu Haya Vehu Hoveh Vehu Yeh B'tifira Adon Olam Vehu Echad V'yein Sheni Laham Shilo Lahakbira Adon Olam Li Reshi Li Tachli V'lo V'ham Mitzvah Adon Olam Vehu Eli V'chai Goli V'sur Chibli V'yitzira Adon Olam Vehu Nisi Umanos Li Anakasi V'yom Ekra Adon Olam V'hado Apid Ruhi V'yet Tishan V'ahira Adon Olam V'im Ruhi V'yati Adonai Liblo Hira Adon Olam.
Good Shabbos, Yehuda. And now, before you rise for Kiddush Hamotzi, Mr. Lawrence Voigt, one of the co-presidents of the Mobile Area Jewish Federation.
Thank you, Rabbi. I just want to briefly remind everyone that we're in the middle of the Mobile Area Jewish Federation's Mobile Jewish Film Festival. There are a number of films left. You can get your tickets online at the Federation's website. We have excellent films at various venues. Please check them out. You've gotten your emails about it. The other thing, for the very first time, the film festival is partnering with the Joe Jefferson Players for a live theatrical performance of Anne and Emmett. I saw it last night. It's excellent. I recommend it highly. There will be performances at the Joe Jefferson tomorrow night, I think at 7:30, and Sunday afternoon. You can get your tickets by going to the Joe Jefferson website, or by calling the Joe Jefferson, or by just showing up, because I believe that I don't think they're sold out yet. It's an excellent performance, live performance. You'll be really impressed. So please support the Mobile Jewish Film Festival and the Ann and Emmett production at the Joe Jefferson Players. Thank you, Rabbi, and Shabbat Shalom, and see you at the movies.
Thank you. One reminder also, as we're about to say shalom to all those joining in on the internet, reminder folks, the Mobile Symphony has a special program. It's a week from tomorrow night. Avi Avital, a world-renowned Israeli mandolinist, is performing with the Mobile Symphony. Oh, Avi Avital at the Mobile Symphony. It's a week from tomorrow and a week from Sunday. It's that the 21st and 22nd at the Mobile, at the Sanger. So if you haven't yet gotten your tickets, he is highly renowned, Avi Avital, and perhaps people will enjoy the symphony. And for now, we say to all those joining in, Shabbat Shalom. Please know how blessed we are to have you as part of our community. You are loved. May God watch over you and protect you and bless you in all ways. Until we see each other, hopefully soon in the future, Leach Road, Shabbat Shalom.